Welcome to Appliance Master Live. I'm Bill, and this is Kari.
Hello, and today we're going to be answering some questions on the proper care and use of a front-load washing machine that were submitted by the Facebook group of Ladies of Hunterdon County.
So, what's the first question you have for us?
The first question we have is, what is the best way to avoid mold and smells?
In a front-load washer, is it? Well, everything starts with detergent. You absolutely have to use the right detergent, high efficiency. I happen to have some props. We have Tide right here, and the high efficiency, it doesn't really stand out, but the HE, it's on there, and it's you have to start with high efficiency, and you have to use the proper amount. Now, residue, when you have too much soap, it leaves residue, and that residue is what creates odors, and that's residue buildup. Yes.
That makes sense. And will every high efficiency detergent say it on the label somewhere?
Yes, but I've found they've been very vague. And in my house, I have a water softener. So if I use the recommended amounts on the detergent bottle, it's way, way too much. So, for example, for a large load, this is the number 5 setting.
That seems like a lot.
It is a lot. Now, I'm afraid if I put this into my washer at one time, there'd be problems. So with a water softener, I probably use like a couple tablespoons, and that's fine. Okay. And even with hard water, I mean, that's a lot. So I would, you could always start with a little, and if you think your clothes aren't getting clean, put a little bit more next time. That's a safer approach, I think.
Well, they have those detergent pods now that are pretty popular. So is that detergent more concentrated than what you buy in the big jugs and the powder forms?
That's a good question. I don't want to answer because I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look into chemistry. And detergent chemistry's changed a lot in the last several years because I'm not sure when. But recently, phosphates were banned in detergents. Laundry detergents, dishwashing detergents. So now everything has enzymes. So enzymes are actually a living organism, and so they have to be treated differently.
And those are what is breaking down the dirt on your clothing?
Yep. They actually, different enzymes react at different temperatures, so it gets a little complicated. And
so it's important to follow the instructions on your washing machine and the detergent bottles when you're doing the laundry.
Earlier I said I would even scale back what they recommend. But what's our next product here?
The next thing that I know we can use to prevent the smells and odors is what our technicians carry on their vans, and that's A-Fresh, right? Those are they're little tablets that you can go ahead and run in the load empty, right?
Well, you have to run a regular load by empty, no clothes.
Yeah, no clothes.
And
no clothes.
Now, before every manufacturer, you have to run a clean cycle on your washing machine, which is new for a lot of us older folks. That's kind of bizarre, washing your washing machine. But they recommend once every 30 loads, which is about a weekend at my house. So once every 30 loads or every month. And that seems excessive, but that's what they recommend. So. And you have to use hot water because hot water helps kill enzymes. So.
And are you supposed to leave the door open when you're not using it? Absolutely.
Every manufacturer recommends you leave the door open because actually I see a technician. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike, we need you.
We have one of our technicians is walking by. Maybe you can explain a little bit about front-load washers and their door seal. Here. Hey, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
So is that a pretty common door seal for a front-load washing machine?
Yeah.
Are they all about the same pretty much?
Yeah, depending on how they're set up, they have different inlets and stuff. But the big thing about the door seals.
Hi, Mike.
Hello. Are these weep holes down in the front here. And what those weep holes, sometimes what happens is stuff gets stuck in these weep holes, and you need to clean these weep holes out, or that's also going to build up bacteria and all that other stuff.
And is that easily accessible for a homeowner to just kind of reach in there and clean it out, or do we need to call a technician to take it off and clean it out?
No, I mean, they could do that too, and they can use those wipes to help clean it out too. And it's something they should be doing probably after every load when they're done with the day, to wipe down the bellow and to clean that out.
Good to know. I know that I haven't been doing that, but maybe I'll start.
But having that dry out completely goes a long way in between loads, so keep an eye on that.
And then what do you recommend to your customers in regards to keeping mold and smells out of their washing machine? Because I know it's a pretty common question that we get. People calling in.
Even with top loaders now too.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, you definitely need to leave the door open or the lid open. Make sure everything is wiped down, especially with the front loaders where it bellies into the machine. You want to wipe that window down in the machine so it doesn't get all gunked up in there too.
All right, I guess. Actually, I didn't even look at the one at my house.
Shame on
Well,
you.
Yeah, usually if there's a film around there, then I usually say take like the green side of a yellow sponge and a little detergent and wipe that down.
Oh, what comes in this kit? Is that going to address some of this?
In the A-Fresh, let's see what it says. So it looks like this is just a box of the little tablets, and it says to remove clothing or other items from the washing machine. Place one tablet into the washer tub. Do not place in the dispenser. So that's.
Yeah, it's going to be different.
And then it says for washers with a clean washer cycle, select and run the clean washer cycle. And then it has different instructions for non-HE washers, which would be the older style ones from probably 10 years ago or more.
Yeah.
And it says select and run a normal or heavy cycle with the hot water setting. So it seems like they're just trying to get you to have the water as hot as possible and run for as long as possible. This kit doesn't come with those with wipes, but some of them do, where it's called Grit Grabber, and it's a little cloth that you would take out, and after you use the A-Fresh tablet, go around and wipe the seal down, because a lot of the residual.
I know you can buy those separately. I picked those up at Lowe's, but they're also available at, I think, Home Depot. I didn't see them at ShopRite. So ShopRite has other brands, which I've never used, but yeah, I mean, OxyClean, I guess, and this other Tide. So I suppose
It's probably the same thing.
here's what you can do this weekend, Mike. Wash your washing machine out.
Awesome.
I'll do the same, let you know how it comes out.
Home test. I love it.
And do your customers to ask for these, or?
I usually recommend them
Mhm.
to the customer.
Do you carry those on your service van?
Yes, I do.
You can always call Mike and get them from Mike.
Yeah.
I know that's about $11, $12 just at Lowe's, I think.
So that's a 6-month supply, so it does come with 6 tablets in there. So
Those are pretty big tablets. Sometimes you can break them in half and you can.
I don't want to open it now.
I
Yeah, it does feel like a pretty big tablet.
Yeah.
don't know. I'd want a clean washer rather than more tablets.
Let's see. Do we have any questions coming in from some of our friends watching? Let's see.
Somebody wanted to know if on your glass door how do you clean the glass? And
That's a question we have.
Well, they asked if we use Windex. Now, I don't normally suggest adding any detergents or anything that aren't supposed to be in the washer. So normally, if you grab like the abrasive side of a sponge with a little bit of washing machine detergent, and just wipe it down that way and clean it off that way. So you know it's
Thank you.
safe.
That's a good tip.
You know it's safe for the machine. So,
Yeah.
or maybe some hot water.
I haven't seen a viewer ask this yet, but a lot of people ask me about like white vinegar, and
I'm blowing up here, sorry.
and I have to remind them white vinegar is used to break down mineral deposits, which aren't usually accompanied with mildew or odors. And what people are focused on, especially with front loaders, is the mildew. So white vinegar wouldn't really play a part in cleaning mildew unless you had really hard water where you had a mineral buildup. That would be but then again, I was reading a use and care guide from Whirlpool this morning, and they didn't mention, just like Mike said, they only recommend the A-Fresh. In fact, on the top of the box there, I think it says recommended.
It says it's recommended #1 by Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana.
Yeah. So
Those are all pretty popular brands. But I know that our customers, when they call in, a lot of people are complaining about mold and smells, saying that they've ran white vinegar and baking soda loads through their washers 10 times and it's not making a
Yeah.
difference. So that's probably why.
I would go with that to start, right? remember the hot water. I know a lot of people are trying to wash in warm water, not even cold water, but I'd give that a try when you're trying to clean out your machine.
Let's see. And then, did we have any other products?
Yes, we do actually have another question. What is a good rule of thumb for the amount of clothes you put in the machine per load? And how do I know if I'm overloading my washer?
Well, on a top loader, if the lid won't close, that's a definite sign.
Well, that too. But the front loaders,
Take that back.
the front loaders, if you judge by the door, you shouldn't go more than 3/4 up the door. You should be able to see the back of the machine. If it's over that, then you know you're overfilling it. Also, you want to, if you're going to do jeans, you want to do jeans together. You don't want to do jeans with smaller garments or with towels or anything. Especially with the front loaders, you can make that basket sag a lot, and you can close.
And fabrics are important. I mean, a lot of people wearing now, I don't know, like a golf shirt, they have those waterproof clothes because water doesn't really absorb in them.
Loaders.
And so if you should keep all those separate from the typical cottons. It's just getting more and more complicated, isn't it?
We should never really run any waterproof stuff in there, right?
No, you have to wash your clothes, but
Yeah.
you should
Like the Under Armour stuff, like that
Oh,
tech
yeah,
material.
yeah.
So
Raincoat?
I don't know. So our first episode of Appliance Master Live is, I hope we were able to help you guys. And next Tuesday, who knows what we'll be talking about or what guests we'll have stop by.
yeah.
We'll,
And send us your messages with questions for maybe new topic ideas next week, and then we'll probably check back in with you guys later on this week and let you know what that's going to be. But at the same time, next Tuesday, which is the 11th, I believe, at 12 o'clock.
Sounds right. See you then.
Yep. See you then. Thanks.